Welcome to the Freud's Angels weekly reading, bringing the collective guidance and understanding for this week's energy.
Remember, never give your power up to a reader or a reading. You always have the power of autonomy. Hey, angels, welcome to your weekly reading. We are reading from July 26th through August 1st. Like, really? Really? Okay.
August, the word August.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know.
And I feel like we're like, as this year has gone on, we've said the same thing, like, wow, wow, wow. Because I mean, there's been other years where it was like, this feels like it's taken forever to get here.
Yeah.
Or like, it's still February, like,
Yes.
nope, this year I'm like, oh my God. Like the other day, I was like, it's almost your birthday. Like, we're actually at like, because somebody had asked, what are you doing for your birthday? The last couple of years I've gone to New Jersey. I was like, I don't know. And now I'm feeling pressure to plan because I'm like, oh my God, it is actually close. And my birthday's October. It shouldn't be close.
Yeah. Yes.
End of the year.
Yes. Yes.
Wild.
It is very, very, very wild. Very wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good news, bad news in astrology, but I don't want to say bad news. Good news, challenging news. But let's do the cards first. Vanessa, what are the mermaids saying?
Oh, Mr. Mermaid came out again today.
Oh,
Mr. Mermaid. I remember back in the day, I used to be like, oh, it's Jason Momoa Mermaid. And I'm over, like, there's a lot that's going on with me, and I'm over Jason Momoa, just to put that out there for everybody. Like, y'all care. It's the gentleness card. And every time this card comes out, I think I point out the fact that I love that they put a giant merman on here for the gentleness card. Like, it is the most beautiful representation of, hey, what's your belief system say about this? Do you think that is gentleness? Is this the picture of gentleness to you? Let's talk about it. So I do think that is the purpose of the card today. The card today is talking about what gentleness actually is.
yeah.
I think that this happens often, and y'all know if you listen to us consistently, I do get hung up on the words themselves and what they mean. And it's because in my practice, I'm constantly doing that, where somebody's, gets all bent out of shape and they're like, well, they said blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what does that word mean to you? Because I don't think it means the same thing to the other person. What does it mean? Because that's what it's hitting, is your belief system. And I think that it's a great idea for all of us collectively to think of our relationship with the word gentle and gentleness, because I do think that it carries a connotation of the opposite of strength sometimes, or that it comes with an idea that there's a rolling over or a turn the other cheek, like just don't pay attention to the things that matter, or don't address things, or don't aggressively stand up for yourself, or just things that feel like the opposite of strength sometimes. And I hear it a lot, right? I hear that a lot, especially with the word forgiveness. People don't love that either, right?
Ooh, that's a trigger word if I ever heard one.
Absolutely. And being gentle, right? Being gentle, I tell people to give themselves grace. They don't love that. It doesn't hit with like, how am I going to get anything done? So I do think sitting with what we believe gentleness is. I believe that being gentle with somebody is just, and this is just me, like just not being aggressive. I mean, I really think that being even keeled with another person and being able to handle the things that are happening without throwing daggers is being gentle.
Yeah.
I don't see it as being over nurturing. And I think that's what a lot of people hear when they hear the word gentle. Like, it means tiptoe, it means eggshells, it means be extra when it comes to nurturing. And I just don't believe that. I believe that it's a kind of understanding, a holding space type of behavior more than anything. And I also love about this card, he has like this, it looks like an impish smile on his face. And to me, it's almost like a little secret. Like, he's got a secret. And that might be as gentleness. I'm not really sure. But the whole card itself is that, don't look at this picture and think something, because you don't know what's going on the inside. He's carrying a secret, right? Like an impish secret. His body doesn't, he looks like he might punch you in the face. So, like that those two things can go together, right? Like this person can be, this merman can be very, very gentle and nurturing and loving and holding space, and still punch you in the face if he needs to. There you go. I took the long way there. Gentleness. You can be really kind to people. You can hold space for them, and still, if you need to, hold your boundaries. It's not the opposite. It's something that can be alongside. Sometimes we do take the long road, guys. Sorry.
Okay. So, we're going to tie this together because this is fascinating. So the surrender card this week is surrender your desire to control people. Be over controlling can sabotage relationships. To be more effective, to more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Okay, I'm going to give you the numerology card because I think this all ties in together. And that's number 19, which is pride.
Oh.
So it's a whole nother dynamic. I think there's a couple ways that you can play this out, and it depends on your situation. But I see this as, when we feel the need to control other people, generally it's because we feel out of control. We fear something. We have fear, or we have this sense of like, we think we know the answer and we think we're right. But when we are needing to control anything, generally it's because we don't feel we have any power, right? And sometimes the controlling, like there's a pride involved. Like if I don't control this and feel right, then I like, that I'm wrong, or that this means I'm not good enough, or it means I'm not worthy enough. There's like conversation behind this. And I think that, cues into pride in a sense of like, when we control somebody, we think we have the answer, and that can be misread as pride, right? The idea of like, I always have to be right kind of thing.
We know the best.
Yes, exactly. Which, and I get it because I'm a Gemini and I'm also a manifestor, and we do often act like we have the answers, and it's a lot often that we do, but like
that's the problem, honestly. If I was wrong more, it'd be easier to be wrong.
I'd be okay with being wrong. But if you tie it into the idea of gentleness, I think that for me, in this scenario, because like there's 100 scenarios you could play this out, but in this scenario, I feel like the gentleness could be the idea of being gentle with ourselves, right? To be kind and to be inward. And like, if we're fearing because we're needing to control, then there's some nurturing, there's something internal that needs tending. There's something internal that needs understanding and support, because that's generally what pushes us to control things. Now, we also could read it as being gentle with the other person. We don't know what that person is going through. We don't know what that person's story is. We don't know, we're allowing pride to override our sensibilities and our gentleness and our empathy or sympathy or our compassion, in that we're not trying to control them because we want a situation to end a certain way. So there's many scenarios, but I think that in some way these all fit together in so many, because
a lot of different angles on it.
You could be the person that the person is trying to control,
right?
And it hurts your pride.
Right.
And they're not being
and
gentle.
I still want to be gentle.
Right. So, I mean, I think that this week, especially because friends, you'll know when we talk about the astrology, but there's some astrology that backs us up, this energy up. And we're going to have to really be honest and very clear about places where we are controlled, that we do the controlling, and why, and what situation needs more gentleness for us and for that other person. And that, pride is also, it's not a bad thing. It's not a dirty word. Pride can be the idea of, wow, I'm really proud that I made it through that hard thing. I really committed to myself, and I've done the work. That pride is not so much like, being too proud to admit you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's that pride in that sense of, wow, I recognize and I honor the work that I have done by just seeing my strength and seeing my tenacity and seeing my commitment to come to the other side of the situation, to be here. So that's another form of, like you said, Vanessa, what does that meaning? What does that word mean to you? And how do you prevent life from happening or in your favor because of that word, right? Are you too prideful to admit that you're wrong? Are you too prideful to accept help or receive help? Are you too or do you take great pride in the work that you have done and what you have accomplished? And do you take great pride at being a person who is open and empathic and, and what does pride mean to you? And I think that's another great place.
Absolutely. And what do you do when your pride is hurt?
Yes.
Because that's a lot of times that's what we're protecting before we even know that that's what we're doing, right? Like we're jumping into action because the inner part of us, the part of our subconscious is saying, that's going to hurt. You better hit first or do whatever, right? Because wounded pride is something I don't deal well with, right? So I might protect it at all
costs.
Which
leads to control.
Really knowing it, right? Exactly, which leads to control. And when we're controlling people, unless we're being really great manipulators narcissistically, we're probably not going to be that kind, right? Because the only time I need to control is when I'm dysregulated, right? Like you were saying, fearful or angry or, whatever the thing is. Like that's usually when you're going to find a non-gentle me who wants to control things because I feel like that's going to make me feel better, right? But yeah, the word pride for sure means a lot of different things. It goes along with ego. It goes along with, self-worth a lot of times. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of these, I love how it ties in multiple different ways. Like I think that gives people a thinking point.
Yes.
Being able to say, hey, which option feels right for me? Because I know sometimes, and this happens to me too, sometimes when I'm listening to something, I am trying to like force it to be part of me, where I'm like, it's not resonating. I want it to resonate. So I love these ones where it's just like, oh, look
choose your own adventure.
Look at all the resonance possible. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So our money card, I deserve the best. I deserve an abundant and rich life. Which is true. Which is so true. And you don't have to be prideful and you don't have to control it in order to deserve it. You don't have to.
You get to decide what best is.
Yes.
Because I actually, Gary Vaynerchuk, love, hate, I've had with him. I've been on a ride with him, but I've stuck around with him for a reason. And I feel like that's, by design somehow, right? Like he's motivational for me in lots of different ways, even when he's demotivating.
Yeah.
That's also motivating.
Same.
But he had put something up the other day that said, if you make $58,000 a year and you are incredibly happy with your life, you have won more than somebody who makes $2 million a year and hates their life. And I was like, fucking men, thank you for saying it out loud and clearly, because that is the hardest thing for people to understand sometimes, because some people do need $2 million to make their dream life happen, and they will be happy there, and they're willing to do the things that it takes to get there, and it doesn't make them miserable. But I'm not that person, right? Like I am that person that would rather do it this way and let the money figure itself out.
Yes.
Right? Like, and that's a supporting actor in my life versus the main driver. But yeah, it was definitely, it was, money is a thing. It's an energy, and how you feel is always going to be number one.
Yeah. And it has less to do with how much and more to do with what it's doing, what you perceive what it's saying about you, or what it's doing, and what you're looking for it to solve or heal or change whatever's within you. So yes. Let's talk about the astrology. Hey guys, let's celebrate, man. Fucking Mercury retrograde is over. We are in post shadow, but that really gives us that moment to say, ooh, I've learned these few things and I need to either put them into practice or clean up some things that I see that needed cleaning up in these next 2 weeks before you catapult forward. August 6th, I think, August 6th or 7th. However, July 26th is a major fucking day, which is the day this comes out. So the first thing is Saturn goes retrograde. Okay. Daddy Saturn is very much about rules. It is about structure. It is about our relationship to the idea of, I committed to this, I promised this, I wanted this. How did you show up to receive, obtain, create it? Right. It is the, yep, you want this abundant life, but are you creating a foundation that supports that abundant life? Or are you maxed out? Are you burnt out? Because if you're burnt out and you want more money, that means we're doing more things. You don't have the physical capacity to sustain that, right?
Yes. Mhm.
There is different levels, different waves of, what this does. And of course, it all depends. I just sent a newsletter out yesterday, I think, about this. It matters. It's in Aries. So you're going to want to find what house Aries is in your chart, a natal chart. You're going to want to find out where Saturn is in your natal chart, because those two things may get highlighted more, the Aries placement versus the Saturn placement, but it's 50-50, like it could get activated, but the house and where it's retrograding in is the most activation. And so whatever house Aries is in for you, that's what's being highlighted. That's what's Saturn is going to ask you, what have you done in this space? You said you want to write the book. You said you wanted to do this. You said you were going to clean out your closet. You said you did this, but what have you done and what still needs to be done? And this retrograde, God bless us, is going to give us 5 months in order to do the things we said we were going to do. Right? This is the moment.
Horrifying. 5 months.
Saying, like,
I don't want to do anything for 5 months.
Yep, I know. And so it's like, oh, I was going to do this thing. I was going to, start to begin to create groups. Okay. Are you doing it? Have you done it? Have you created the foundation and order in which you can create this from? Because if you're tired and I'm burnt out and I don't have time and I'm stressed out, do I have the capacity to hold space for others? Right? No. And so there's a lot that comes into play, but here's the thing. We always moan and we're like, oh, fucking retrogrades, and we get, we laugh and we kind of like get snarky about it, which is great because humor is a great processing tool. But we can look at what's coming for us and what is being highlighted and open the door, because our issue, our conflict with some retrogrades is probably a lot to do with our resistance to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? When we create
resistance, our only problem ever.
Yeah. It's not to say that things aren't challenging or hard, but when we're open to hearing and actualizing what we're getting, it's less frying pan to the face, right? It's more, I'm allowing the gentleness to come in with the intensity, because we can be intense, but also be gentle at the same time, and allowing ourselves to say, this is the energy of what's being highlighted right now. How can I invite that in and invite awareness in with ease and grace, but also know that I'm on the alert to hear and to create understanding around it. That creates a little bit more easier moment of retrograde. We're still going to have to see truth. We're still going to have to see some things where we're not being responsible, because that is what Saturn is. It's about responsibility. It's about what are we taking care of that we need to take care of. And that can be triggering for some of us.
I don't need accountability right now. I'm already having the problem.
And so what and I thought yesterday I was in a meditation with one of my peers, Karen, who did a fantastic meditation. But it came to me in that, well, okay, then let's do something. Let's create a space for it. So if you are hearing this before 2 p.m. Pacific, that's 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm so my time zone thing is like kicking me in the butt, but I'm doing a Zoom. I'm doing a Zoom where we're going to talk about like what it could mean. If you know your house, know where Saturn is in your natal, we're going to kind of dissect it, understand it, and we're going to go into a meditation to open the door up for the energies. It's free. I'm going to post something today, because today is Saturday instead of Sunday like we normally record, in the Facebook Freud's Angels channel. So go on Facebook. The link is there to register, but just come, just be there. Just come to understand and come to learn, and not because of shame. Yes, I don't want to know what I'm not being responsible about. Absolutely not. But,
I mean,
but,
when you said it out loud, I was like, I mean, I guess I do.
yeah,
Like that's what I don't love. I mean, that's what I love and don't love about therapy sometimes. I love it when I'm the therapist doing it, but when I'm the
well,
therapized person, I'm like,
yes,
well, now that we're saying it out loud,
exactly,
I
exactly.
guess that is what I want, right? And it's my mindset about how it's happening that is going to indicate like the journey,
Yes,
how it feels. So if I can just say, hey, accountability is part of life. Accountability is where you grow. It is, right? Like when you decide what you want or what you don't want, and then you really want it, like there is going to be some part of you that is accountable. And sometimes it's going to be easy because you're going to be flying through it and being super excited. And then other times you're going to come up against a challenge and it won't be that easy. But the difference between coming up against a challenge and freaking out about it, right? Like coming up against a brick wall and smashing your head on it and slumping down and being like, oh God, there's a wall,
yes,
and then just being like, okay, there's a wall and I have tools. And so I'm about to exert a lot of energy right now, banging this wall down, but I want to be on the other side. So I'm going to do
yeah,
it. Not all that is a mindset, of like
yeah,
how you experience what a resistance moment is
yeah,
a mindset more than
yeah,
anything. Like you were saying, we don't have to be afraid of this. We just can know that it is happening. I mean, this is what happens to me all the time where I'm like, what? Hey, I'm so messy, whatever. And then I open up my pattern app and it's like soothes me, or it's like, hey, exactly what's happening right now is exactly what your birth chart says is going to happen. And like, they didn't hear me. I didn't say anything. I didn't put that in there. And it soothes me to be like, oh, okay, so this is a part of my evolution right now. And I do, now that I've calmed down and I have a different focal point that is not the inside of my brain freaking out, I can see the value in that actually. And
yeah,
when I can see the value and when I can see where that can take me, it's so much easier to do it. Not
yes,
easy, but easier
yes, yeah.
still. I mean, it just sometimes
Well, it gives you
somatically
it gives you
not so well.
context in that you're not like it gives you context of like for me it's like, oh, this is being highlighted. Yes, how I work with it, how I understand it, how I allow it to, but it gives me context of like, oh, that's why it feels so incredibly big right now and incredibly hard is
Mm.
because this is being amplified. Okay, what can I do to support myself through this learning, through this understanding, rather than it being like, I don't know how to fix myself. Like, why does it hurt so much? Like,
Right, right.
you know,
There,
it's
there
like,
are periods of that. I try not to stay there.
yeah,
Try not to
same,
stay there. It's
same.
okay to have them. We are humans, and I mean, I have temper tantrums on the reg, but I usually just kind of go, all right, we got it out. Now just keep going because there's no other option. You
Yes,
can make
yeah,
it harder though. I mean, the other option is actually that you can make it harder. There is another option. You're gonna do this. That what part's not optional. You can put it off until later by getting in your own way and making this really hard, or you can just kind of step into it and just understand and knock it out the park. I had a client yesterday, we talked about that, where it was like, you know what? Sometimes that lock-in energy is literally just, all right, I'm here. I'm gonna do it. Right? Like you just
Mhm.
it's time. It's go time. I showed up
Yeah,
at the plate at the home run derby. I guess I'm gonna hit some home runs because that's what I came here to do.
yeah, yeah.
Lock in.
Well, also, I mean, it's like that old saying that goes around everywhere: what we resist persists." And
Yeah.
the the more we resist it, the more it's going to show up for us because we're resisting seeing it and understanding it. And I think too is that we talked earlier about the meaning of things, right? The meaning of words and like, what does this mean? If I look at this thing, what does this mean? Like, for example, if you're a Gemini rising, it is hitting your 11th house of friendships, of connections, of our, our communities. And what does that, what does that look like, right? What am I resisting in this space, and how can I be more allowing? But anyways, my friends, there is one other thing that is happening that I haven't dialed in yet the energies of it, but I'm just going to share it because the nodes, north and south nodes, shift axis. So we've been retrograding. We've been eclipsing on the Virgo Pisces axis for a year or two. And that has allowed us to evolve through what is in each side, like, right, what Virgos is to us, what Pisces is to us, and it's giving us this undulation of, oh, it's we have the eclipse here and then we have the eclipse in the other place. So we're switching axis to Aquarius and Leo. Yes, Leo, is that it? I think Aquarius and Leo. Yeah, because Aquarius and Leo are opposite sides, I think. Anyways, sorry. It's hard because my brain is full of stuff.
Yeah, right.
So there's going to be a marked difference in energy in the nodes, right? So what we need to do is to understand what energy comes with Leo and what energy comes with Aquarius. And so, yeah, because Leo is before Virgo, right? Because it's Virgo season next.
Yeah.
Yes. And so Aquarius, yes, because it's Pisces, Virgo, Leo, Aquarius. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was saying the right thing because I felt like I wasn't.
Yeah, sometimes when we're autopiloting, we're like, what kind of autopilot are we on right now?
Yeah. I don't know if this information is correct. Yeah. So go look at what house Aquarius, what house Leo is in, and then go look at what the nodes are saying in each one. Now that seems like a bit of oh my God, this feels like astrology class. That is true. But when you connect with your favorite astrologer, look to see what's ahead because this brings different energy. And so we're going into eclipse season, August, with this different energy. I think it's in August, early August, mid-August, whatever. You'll find out. You're going into the season with new energy, new understanding. Also, I'm almost positive it goes back to 2019, 2017, and 2016 is when Aquarius and Leo were in the nodes were there. So there's also more information of that online too. So go check it out. Go look, go see what's coming up for you because this is going to be a theme that is happening for a little bit because usually they hang out there for about a couple years, a year and a half, a couple years. So this is a good place to have understanding. And then Saturn's going to come in and say, hey, we need to rebuild this foundation. There's some holes in it. There's some bricks missing. And so just understand those two things together are going to make big impacts. But again, if we can collectively go in to one of them with intention, Saturn retrograde, we can be open to it and we can create foundation, create support system in a way that we know, oh, my house of friendships is going to get amplified. So I am probably going to see where some of my friendships that I keep hanging on to have been being asked to let go of, aren't really friendships. They're just kind of like, oh yeah, I still know you, so I still feel obligated to check in with you. Or, also, where did I say I was going to build some and I haven't? Where was I going to build community and I haven't built community? What do I need in order to support that building of community? What part of the foundation is not stable enough to support that going forward? And so Saturn will be in Aries until April of 2028. So we have some time. And so this retrograde is going to show this is what we're building over the next few years. This is where you're lacking in the ability to support it. So it just unfortunately comes with truth, but be intentional. If you're hearing this before 5 p.m. Eastern, go sign up, come join us. It's free. You'll get the replay. Come to set intentions and to open your energies up to hearing and listening and being present with it and going with that intention of, I know it might be difficult, but I'm open to hearing what I need to hear in order to set this foundation. So,
yeah. I mean, because why not? Right? Like we're not sent here to be punished. We're sent here to evolve. This is all for our own good. Right?
yes.
Like, these are not punishments that we're receiving. These are parts of the soul evolution that we deserve to have. It's not even just that, like, well, I signed up for it. Like, we deserve to have this. Like, we deserve to become more whole. We deserve to feel better. And that comes just like any other thing that we have to do some uncomfortable stuff in order to get stronger. I mean, it's not the first few times you go to the gym, it's not be the best times of the gym usually, right? Like we're feeling it, we know why we're doing it, and there's a point to that where that changes, and so that makes it worth it. It's about being stronger, it's about being healthier, and that makes it worth it. So these things that come up as opportunities for us to evolve, that's what they are. But again, if we decide to see them that way, that's what they'll be. If we decide to see them as punishments, if we decide to see them as really hard things that we don't want to do, which again, I'm not saying I don't have the temper tantrums, but that's what I have to come back around to, is being like, well, do you want to evolve or not? It is your choice. You do not have to. You can just struggle through this entire thing and do zero work. That's okay. You can do that. Or to use it to your advantage. Think of it as a tool that's been put in front of you that you don't know how to use yet, but you're pretty determined to figure out how to use it.
Yeah. And friends, it's Leo season. Jupiter's in Leo for the next 11 so months. Like, it's our glow up is being presented to us. But when we can't hold the glow up, it's more devastating. It's less devastating to sit with what we're not doing in order to receive it or to hold it than it is to have it and then to not be able to sustain it. So, but again, if you're hearing this, join us. It's going to be fun. I think it's, you get to hear some information about Saturn. I'll talk about, if people want to know what house it's activating for them, I'm happy to share that with them or whatever, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to open ourselves up through meditation, through journeying, in order to receive what is there for us. So all I'm saying is take a breath. We can do this. Go look for some astrology info regarding your placements, your signs in both the nodes and Saturn. And we'll just work through this together. We love you, and we will see you next week.
Thanks for listening.
We hope we gave you something to support your journey.
Check out our Facebook or Instagram page to connect with us.
Have a great week.